Hello children, today we will study chapter 4 of English Reader and the title of the chapter is Street Games of India. I am very sure that you must have played a number of indoor and outdoor games. In this chapter, we will discuss about some of the games which the author played in his childhood. Street Games of India means the games which are played in the streets of our country. A few famous street games are Goli or Marble, Aankh Micholi. Then we have Kabaddi. Kabaddi is played in teams. After Kabaddi, we have another famous game which is Lattu or Top, which is made of mud or wood. And it is also a very interesting game. Besides these, we have other games also. Now, I will tell you a few lines about the author of this story. Mulk Raj Anand. Mulk Raj Anand was an Indian writer born in 1905. He wrote many essays, many short stories, and the first Indian English novel. He highlighted means he showed the problems faced by the poor through his work and the need for social reform in India. And the need for social reform means and the need for some changes. He got Sahitya Academy Award and the honorary Padma Bhushan Award. Now let's begin with the story. Street Games of India. Excited talking and laughter, shouts of joy and despair, these are the sounds of the street games of India. So when you play the games, you are very excited. You talk excitedly, you laugh excitedly, you shout excitedly with joy. But at the same time, when you lose the game, how do you feel? You feel sad. So here despair means sadness. In this text, author Mulk Raj Anand recalls the games that he played as a young boy. Recalls the games means he remembers the games which he played when he was a child. My interest in playing street games began early. Here my is the author. One of my earliest memories is playing the game of Goli. You have seen the picture, Goli or marble. So he also in his childhood played Goli. The game is played with marbles which we collected by breaking the necks of old soda water bottles. So in those days, how they collected the marble? They broke the neck of the old soda bottles and they collected marbles. And sometimes we bought colorful marbles. They also purchased marbles. To play the game, each player has to have a goli or a marble. A little hole is dug into even ground. Even ground means plain ground with the heel of the foot. Each player then kneels on the ground. Kneels means kneels down, bends 6 feet away from the hole. Then, with their fingers, they strike their goli, trying to get them into the hole. Get them here is the marbles. They also try to strike the other players' goalies out of the way of their own goalie. So they have to try to put their goalie into the hole and at the same time they also have to strike so that the goalies of the other players do not get into the hole. Or they use their goalies to push the other goalies into the hole. Shouts of "Ah, Goli Mari" can be heard when one succeeds in striking another goalie out of the way. See the picture? How they are playing? They are playing with their fingers. They are trying to put the marbles into the hole. And once they are successful, they give shouts of joy like "Ah, Goli Mari." Father did not like us to waste time playing goalie, but I tried my luck at the game anyway. However, I did not have the deft fingers needed to be really good at the game. Deft fingers means very skillful fingers. He was not very good at striking and often lost my goalies to the older players. So we see that the author's father did not like him playing this game. Then you can see the pictures of the different colorful marbles and how they are playing. It was not long before I moved on to other games. The game I enjoyed the most was Aankh Micholi or Blind Man's Buff. So remember which game the author liked the most. That was Aankh Micholi. In this game, one player covers their eyes with their hands or with a piece of cloth. The others hide in different places and the blind man looks for them. So this game is very much similar to hide and seek. The first time I played this game with my older cousin, I cheated. So see here the author, he confesses that the first time he played, he cheated. How did he cheat? What did he do? Let's find out. I peeped through my fingers to see where she had hidden herself. Then I ran here and there, pretending to look for her. Pretending means acting, as if he was searching for his cousin, but actually he had seen where she hid herself. Finally, when she nearly showed herself behind the charpoy, I caught her and laughed and shrieked. Shriek means shouted, as though I had been looking all over for her. However, as I grew up, I found that playing blind man's buff with a large group required more skill. Each one was so clever at hiding that the blindfolded one roamed about, hearing the others shout but unable to touch anyone. Sometimes the older boys used the game as a trick on me when they did not want me to play with them. So here you see the author says that sometimes the elder ones, the older boys, they use this game to play a trick on him so that he cannot search them when they did not want him to play in the game. Although I remember crying many times when they did this, I enjoyed this game even when I became older. So this was his favorite game. You can see the picture of some children who are playing Aankh Micholi or Blind Man's Buff. I had to wait till I was over 10 years old before I learned the skill of spinning a lattu or top. So the next game is playing lattu or top. This game requires a deft hand, deft again means skillful, and enough pocket money to buy the tops made of mud or wood. So which material is used to make the tops? Wood or mud. A string is wrapped around the lower part of the lattu. This is tossed to the ground with a hard jerk and the string is released, causing the lattu to spin and spin. You can see the picture, the top is spinning. I remember saving up my pocket money to buy my first lattu, but I swung it clumsily. Clumsily means carelessly, and the beautiful earthen top broke. Afterwards, I practiced with a small wooden one and eventually learned to toss the earthen ones without breaking them. So the first one was made of mud, so it broke, but then he slowly learned to toss it properly. You can see the picture of a big lattu and see the boys, they are playing with it. When I was 14, I was allowed to join the Kabaddi team. You see the picture of Kabaddi team? It's a very interesting game. To play Kabaddi, You must be quick and strong. So see, these are the characters that you need to play Kabaddi. You have to be very quick and strong. You also need the ability to hold your breath for long and to be a master of battle tactics, since playing this game is almost like a real warfare. Here, so the things which you have to remember is you have to be very quick, very strong, and at the same time you have to hold your breath for long. Otherwise, you will not be able to win the game. A line is drawn on sand or soft earth. Two teams with 5 to 10 players or more stand on either side of the line. A member of one team crosses the line chanting. Chanting means saying repeatedly Kabaddi under his breath without stopping. If he is able to touch one or two players from the opposing team while saying Kabaddi, the person he touches is dead. The visitor then runs back to his side. So this is the rule of playing Kabaddi. However, if the visitor is caught or he stops saying Kabaddi, he is dead. The teams take turns to visit each other until all the members of the team are dead. I learned how to hold my breath and developed some daring, but I could not survive for too long before being taken as a prisoner of war. So the author here says that he had developed the skill of holding his breath, but he could not survive for too long. Okay, now we see the picture of boys playing Kabaddi.